Hi, I'm Real Genetic Demon, and this is What's on the Tape, Series 3. I got that right, by the way. Somebody complained that was wrong. I was using the word season. It's not really appropriate. Season 3, Volume 2. I've just said Season 3, Volume 2, haven't I? Series 3, Volume 2. Anyway, another tape today. We've got a C60. It says a K tape, a compact cassette. And on this one, we've got Hop It, the Slab Dab 3K. I have no idea what that is. Skyhawk 16K, and on the other side it actually says, and when you look at the other side it actually says Hop It, Slap Dab, and Skyhawk, none of which I've actually played. I'm suspecting Hop It is a Frogger clone. I'm going to go with that as a guess. I think that's probably going to be fair. So just in case that one doesn't actually work, what we've also got is we've got this one. Now, do you know something? I didn't realise I actually had this in my collection. I've been looking for it for a while, and I was digging through and I went, oh, I've got this one, People of Sirius. Now, I have no idea. I remember it being good and looking good, and it was a platformer of some sort. It may even have been an action-adventure. So, even if we don't get anything off this one, we're definitely going to play this one, because I definitely want to see this one. So without further ado, I'm going to stick this in the drive, and we're going to do What's on the Tape. Okay, so the tape's in the drive, and we'll go with the old faithful, easiest way to do it. Let's do it with 48K basic. I did actually rewind it as well. I've rewound it onto the other side, which had the Hop It, Slap Dunk? Hang on, I'm going to read it now. Slap Dab. Do you know something? And Skyhawk. I've rewound that side anyway, so we're going to give that a try. So load it. Okay, let's give this a whirl, see what we get on here. This was actually another tape given to me by Cy Owen. This is just one that he'd got left over, and he just sent it as well. So bunged it all together. There's some noise in the background there. Ooh, that doesn't. Do you know that doesn't sound? That doesn't sound Spectrum-y. There's a do. That sounds BBC to me. What do you think? Let's just fast forward this a little bit. Could be BBC, could be Commodore 64. This is not Specky. We can't do this. This will be too short of What's on the Tape if we can't do that. We can't have What's on the Tape when we don't have a Specky one. I think Cy was pretty convinced this was actually a Spectrum tape. Doesn't sound like one. Let's fast forward a bit more. No, that doesn't sound like Spectrum to me at all. Not at all. It's like pulsing. They're like pulses of things. They also sound slower. Spectrum was a slightly faster baud rate, so it loaded slightly faster as well. No, definitely not what I was expecting. Right. This is not going very well, guys. This is not going very well at all. This is not what I was expecting. This is not at all very good. I may have to put an intermission in a minute. Right. I'm going to fast forward again. I'm going to give it a good fast forward. No, it's definitely data. It's definitely not data I want. It's not the kind of data I was expecting. It's definitely something else. Yeah, that's definitely something else. That's a good chunk through the tape there. And that's definitely not what I was expecting. That's definitely not a Specky tape. This is why it's called What's on the Tape. It's always a bit of a surprise. And that's got silence now. I've got that zzz noise. BBC? Maybe? BBC or an Acorn Electron?
Definitely not a noise my Spectrum likes. Fast forward a bit more. No, still same noises. A lot of tape with it on. So Hoppit, Slapdab, and Skyhawk. What were they on? What computers were they on? I think Hoppit was on the Spectrum. Actually, I think Hoppit was definitely a clone of I can't remember what it was called, but a clone of something else of program. I'm going to rewind to side 2 because I'm now interested to know if there's anything on side 2. So I've swapped it over and I've swapped it over to see whether or not I can find anything on side 2. We've got music, ladies and gentlemen. We have music. Let's play. I've got the tape drive out this time around. Very handy. Okay, what we got? No idea. Bob Marley, maybe? Sometimes happens this. So I'm having a good rewind there. Definitely a bit of reggae going on here. Don't want to play too much because you get into trouble with YouTube if you play too much of a particular tune for any length of time. Let's rewind a bit further and see if we get any more. Very melodious. So a little rewind further back, see if we've got anything else. This song's gone on forever. That's a long song, that one. I'm like listening to it and I'm like, wow, that's a really long song. Right, I'm rewinding a bit further. Interesting. Sadly, no Spectrum stuff on here. I think it's just a random tape, possibly, that my friend there has sent me. It sounds a bit warped, doesn't it? Yeah, a little bit warped on that. Anybody recognise any of the tunes? Stick it in the comments below, please. Right. Nothing there so far. There's like a bit of a space on the beginning of this tape. Before we... Oh! That was a brr, brr noise. Yeah, that's that noise we were hearing before, so... No, well, I was a tad disappointing with that one. Hang on a second, though. I can't leave it like that. 7.5 minutes of What's on the Tape? No! Never 7.5 minutes of What's on the Tape. Wait a second. Just stay there. You stay there. Right there. Sit down. Sit. Sit. Stay. Right, stay. I'll be back in a second. Hang on. Right, I'm just... Hang on. This is going to be a tough one for me today, because I've got boxes in the room. I've got a pile of boxes in the room with tapes in. Hang on, let me see. No, not that one. You see, my wife very kindly tidied them all up. Good God, that's so many tapes. How many tapes have you got? I've got loads of tapes though. That's the best part about it. I know for a fact there are loads and loads of tapes in here. What we got here? We got one. Let's just come on, just grab anyone. Grab anyone. What's that got here? That one there. Because it says something about ninjas. That sounds good. Let's do that one. Right, I've got one. I'll put it on the screen now. But remember, put it on the screen now. It's got a C. It's a C. It's a Phillips tape. It's a 90-minute tape. It says on one side there's Dungeons and Dragons, and it says on the other side it's got Dragon Ninja. So the side that's rewound is Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Let's give it a go. It does actually say 48K Spectrum, so we're in good. This is probably going to happen. This is going to happen now, definitely. Ooh, I'm exhausted carrying all those heavy boxes around. She does tidy things up, you know. I had this whole section set laid out for what's on the tape, you know, and whatever else it is, and I thought I'll just do this one that I was sent because it'll be a lot easier. And she's moved it. She's piled it all into one great big box just to be tidy. D&D. Now I've never played this on the Specky, so this is going to be a new one on me. I'm looking forward to this. I'm pleased that it's got a promising start. I don't know how much is going to be on this tape though, because it looks like somebody's used a 90 tape for literally 2 games. It wouldn't be the first time, by the way. D&D on the Specky. I quite like those because I mean, what did they do? Let me think now. We had it's not the same people, is it? Are they the same people? Dungeons and Dragons when it comes to Warhammer? Because that was Space Hulk, wasn't it? That was really good. That's Space Crusade. Space Hulk was excellent, actually. I really like Space Crusade and Space Hulk. So, ooh. Heroes of the Lance. This is Heroes of the Lance, I think. Yes. Never played it. Right. Anyway, so you had the Warhammer, didn't you? And you had D&D, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and you had was it Hero Quest? That was it. Hero Quest. I always quite liked that. Was that the same people or was it different people? Because one was like the models, and then there was this one, and I don't know. Either way. This looks interesting though. We've got a countdown going on at the top corner. We're all loading quite nicely. I'm pleased about this. At least we've got further forward here. I was a bit concerned there for a minute, but we managed to find some. Unfortunately, I've now decimated the room. I'm going to be in trouble. Yeah, I'm definitely in trouble. There's stuff everywhere. There's Amstrads lying in places all over the place. There's Spectrum games everywhere now. Yeah, I'm in big trouble. Right, well, this may be the last What's on the Tape. Remember me fondly, please. Oh, dear. Oh, no, it might not be in that much trouble. She's out at the moment. We're okay. Right. Counting down. I don't know how many seconds there are to the countdown there. It looks very good, though. It's going well. It's one of those games though, probably where it gets to 0 and all of a sudden it doesn't load. It'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? This is a really nice tape though. This is a really expensive tape. We discussed this last time around about the quality of tapes. This is a high. And I don't know whether the way you read it. Ferro tape quality, high quality, low distortion. This is quite an expensive tape. This one. Ooh, we have music. Oh, I bet this would have been a 128K game. I pushed the key. Game designed, US Gold. That's it. TSR. They're different, aren't they, to Warhammer? Definitely different people. Here's my... Reload from start block. Press any key. Error reloading from start. Alright, okay. Oh, so it's a loader. Oh, it's a multi-loader. Didn't expect that. I've never played this one before. I've not played it. It's not one I recognise. It was nice that it loaded to a bit of music, but you never really know with that. Do you remember what was the one? Agent X. That was a Mastertronic game that had multi-loading levels. It was really quite cool though, because it was like every level was a different style of game. It was really awesome. I have to admit, I was quite impressed by that. I suspect that if I'd loaded this as 128K. We'd have probably got more in memory and maybe got the whole game in a wanna. Possibly. I don't know. We'll just carry on as we are though. Now that we've got something loading finally. It's only taken 13 plus minutes. Oh dear. Just a drink of coffee there. Right, swig of coffee before it goes cold. It almost always invariably goes cold. I almost always get a coffee before I start What's on the Tape, and by the time the hour and a bit's over that it usually takes to go through one of these things, it's usually gone cold, very cold indeed. Well, that was alluring me a false sense of security, wasn't it? We had the whole loading there, and I thought, oh, that's really good. It's going to finish in 0. We've got a quick load, and now we're back into long loads. We still have the people of Sirius to go. I'm really quite looking forward to that. I remember it, but I don't remember much about it. I actually think, however, he says, looking to his left, I got sent some magazines from... yes, that's correct! I got sent some magazines, and if I remember as well, I'm going to stick a picture on the screen now of the magazine that I was sent by Andre Russell. Andre sent me a magazine, and he sent me the Your Sinclair magazine that actually came with. So this is June 1988, number 30, £1.50 with a full game, and it came with People of Sirius from US Gold. And there's a picture at the bottom of the screen. You'll see it on the screen, so I'm going to put it on the screen. I'll wait for this load. There's a picture of it, and it's like one of these things like Gift from the Gods, I think it was, where you used to wander around various bits and pieces and levels. Let me see if I can find the actual article about it. Page 19. I'm going to go to page 19 now. Page 19. You must escape. To escape, you must find 5 parts and an electronic key which will allow you to teleport. Stop the tape, hang on. Teleport up to the spaceship. You start unarmed, but you must enter the life machine to turn into an armed Superman. I remember this, yeah. What were the keys? It doesn't tell me the keys here. Oh, no, it does. It says them. Oh, I lie. Q, A, O, P, and M for fire. I like it. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. It's got a little muscle-bound dude on the front of it. I'll put that on the screen now as well. The exclusive thing there for your Sinclair. But it's like a little muscle-bound dude that's actually got the thing you can take it out and whatever else it is. I remember this one because I remember this one being like one that I thought was I was quite lucky to sort of get these ones, because there was sometimes they made some games that were just kind of exclusive only for the magazines that were really good. Now I think somebody mentioned in the comments below that they thought this is the beginning of the end. It probably was, unfortunately, for the Spectrum, the fact that they were giving away free full games on magazines. But hey, you know, things happen. Anyway, Gold Moon, a human cleric daughter of Q Shun chieftain, is betrothed to the Riverwind. All right, okay. She carries the blue crystal staff. It has full powers are yet unknown, and only available to her. There she is, over the side there. I can't work out whether she's wearing a hood or that's her hair. Is it? I think it's. I don't know. Is it a cloak? Could be a cloak, actually. Anyway. Strum, the son of a knight of Solminen. Oh, I don't know. Strum Brightblade is a human fighter taught in the wilderness skills by Flint. He is bound by code of honor to disdain ranged weapons as cowardly, fighting with hand-to-hand, two-handed weapons, close combat. Very good. Oh, Carmon. All right, Caron. Raymond. Trained as a warrior, gained experience to make him a mighty warrior, travels with Flynn and Tanis, armed with a spear and longsword and companions. So hang on, so these look like these are the characters that are in there. Magical staff, right, I'm getting all of this. Tanis, better known as a half-elf, a master swordsman and archer, best known for a percentage and becoming one of the deadliest fighters. I'm liking the graphics, by the way, on the side of the screen. Tasselhoff, no relation to Hasselhoff, David, of course. Very good at running down the beach and saving people from large sharks. Well, that's just thrilling, isn't it? Yeah, I'm guessing what is he? He's a thief, a deadly thief. Tasselhoff Burfoot. Burfoot, get it? Oh my god. An insatiable curiosity, especially about other people's possessions, just because you're a thief. That's the thing. Right, okay. And then we've got Wind River, the outcast, right, from his tribe, human skills, longsword, blah 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 blah. Flint. What are we getting here? We're getting a story about everybody. Flint. This is like everybody who's there. What is the charisma for the character Tanis? Oh my god! I got no chance of doing this. This is the codes. This is the codes for it. Oh no! Let's hang on. Let's see if we can Google it. Let's Google it. Yeah, let's Google it. And we shouldn't do this because this is cheating. This is the copy protection. This is so Heroes of the Lance, isn't it? Heroes of the Lance, Tanis charisma. We'd have had to write these down as a kid. We'd have done that. We'd have written all these things down, and we'd have stuck them all down, and we'd have been naughty. Right, okay, Tanis. Where's the characters? I'm having a look now. Oh look, there's some controls in this thing as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, find Tanis. Can't spell Tanis. Tanis, aha! Charisma. Charisma is 15. Yes! Q, A, O, P and K. What a weird position, K. Alright, that's fine, I'll take it. Oh, I've got to load the tape now. Oh, God. Well, that was really nice, that. That was a really nice intro. I don't remember this game at all. I don't even remember when it came out. I wasn't, you know, it was. I think it's the last. It's kind of, it must be the last generation kind of thing because it's got the multi-load in here. And let's just. I've got the manual in front of me, so I'm gonna look because the manual I actually got in front of me is for. Ooh, what's it for? I don't think it matters what it's for. I think it's for the Amiga. The Amiga, yes, it's the Amiga manual. So it tells you something, doesn't it? It's certainly a game that was out for the Amiga a long time ago. So what we're thinking, 89, 90, 1990, possibly 91 maybe. Poor Spectrum, you see. This is the. It was. Do you know it was a harsh time for the 8-bit micro. The 8-bit micros were stunning, right? Anybody who created an 8-bit micro. I know I'm trying to think of an exception here. If you take the sort of middle generation of it, we're not talking the Z80s and the Z81s, even though they are beautiful little machines for what they were. If you take the ones where we started to get into 16K and 48K and 64K and that kind of range, and even the 128K, which were 8-bit. That was a lovely, niche, strange time for Spectrums and computers in general. It was the rush went from 8-bit to 16-bit, and the price of the chips dropped significantly, really, really quickly, and the speeds increased significantly within a very, very, very short length of time. I mean, to be fair, there is an example of something 8-bit that really shouldn't have done probably as well as it did, but it was a smart move. And this is Nintendo, and Nintendo have done this a lot, alright? Nintendo created the Game Boy, and they used a Z80 processor and a couple of other custom bits and pieces, but they used sort of things that were stock off the shelf to create the Game Boy. And because they used stock off the shelf, some things that were rock solid, they basically, their product was, didn't run out of battery life, it was very long lived, and it lived an incredibly long time, did the Game Boy, because they used those sort of stock things, and they've persisted on doing that, by the way, for most of the generations of their consoles. Even their new Switch, I would say, uses older technology, uses older NVIDIA technology, but you know what? They made the right move for themselves. They know that that's rock solid. They're not trying to compete at the same, I don't think they're trying to compete at the same level as, they don't want to be fighting the PC Master Race as the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4. They don't want want to. That's not where they want to be. They want to be their own people, and that's what they were with the Game Boy. And this is as I say, but it was a real rush. There was a rush to processing power. It went from 8-bit to 16-bit significantly faster than I think anybody really would have expected. And it's not a bad thing. It's just the way it went. And these guys who make creative games, they did such a great job and created software for these machines. They did a really good job. Oh, right, rewind to side 2 and press any key. Oh, God, right, let's hope the person put side 2 on here. Straight after it. Please say you put side 2 straight after it. They did. That's very good. It's one hell of a tape, actually. We've gone through quite a lot. But yeah, the 8-bit generation, they did such a great job. They really tried hard, and they made a great effort at it. I mean, you got to look at the quality of this particular game. Just down at the bottom there, the images, you know, in the black and white, that looks really good. You can work out pretty much all of the faces and what they are and which character they were from those things. It's really good stuff, and I say it's quite a rough ride if you ask me. Because of the speed at which things moved. All right, okay. Press any key. Oh my God, loading level 1. Now I'm going another bit of loading. This is one hell of a loader. I mean, I love a multi-loader, but good grief. I'm quite pleased for the Philips tape now, actually. That's a quality tape, that. It is a quality tape. Very, very much a quality tape. I think, though, there was a generation of 8-bit computer that attempted to straddle that, that console divide that occurred with sort of between console games and 16-bit machines, and they tried it. And I'm going to point the finger here at the Amstrad here with the GX 4000, and then the Plus models of the Amstrads. They were cartridge driven. They had an improved palette, and they didn't do badly. They really did. They did an excellent job of trying to get to that point. So, oh, here we go. Right. I'm her. I'm pressing the keys. And nothing is happening. Dear God, for all that loading, nothing has happened. Oh my goodness. Right, I'm going to get, hang on, joystick out. Joystick. I'll go find a joystick now that's going to work. Hang on. Oh God, I've turned the room upside down already, haven't I? Hang on. Oh no. Oh God. The only joystick I can find that's handy, just in case, is one of the Sinclair ones. You know, the ones that came with my. I've got a plus 2. This is a production line one, so it's the grey one. It's effectively a toast rack in a machine. But the only joystick I can find is that one. Oh no! Oh, gutted! Absolutely gutted! I can't move. No! After all that loading, do you know how long we've been loading for? I can't even tell you how long we've been loading for this not to work. That's just terrible. Oh no! Nightmare. Okay. Well, come on, move. Do something. So I find out it was only 128k only. Oh gosh. God, a long way through the tape as well. Right, I'm gonna have to reset it, I'm afraid. After all that, did you play it? Was it a game you ever played? Did you have Heroes of the Lance, Dungeons and Dragons game? I'm really disappointed that I can't play that. Oh, it's really bad. It looks so good. So the worst part about it is it looks really good. Oh dear. Right. Oh, gotta reset the specky now. At least I've got here people who are serious to go. Right, I'm gonna check the tape now and see if there's anything else. Now I've got to put that one there like that. 48k basic again. I'm gonna put load dit and we'll see if there's anything else after this. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be other level loads. Yeah, the level loads for that. So I'm gonna fast forward. Wow, I'm gutted. I bet you are too. Sorry about that. And that sounded more interesting. Okay, space again. See what we've got. Nah, it's more of the levels. Oh, I'm gutted. I'm absolutely gutted by that. I can't believe it. I bet it'd have worked if I'd done it in 128k mode. That's the worst part about it. Do you know what? I wouldn't normally do this, but do you know, I'm half tempted to try loading it again. No, we're going to move on. We're going to move on because otherwise we'll be here all afternoon, and I do apologise for that. But Heroes of the Lance, that looked like it would be interesting. It's just a disaster that it didn't actually work. Right, I'm rewinding the tape now, so we're going to go for it. This is the other side of the tape now because clearly there's just the Heroes of the Lance on that one. I love it when people did these large tapes just for like two games. Just so weird. As I say, my friend would have had this absolutely covered in this. I certainly would have myself probably if I'd had 90-minute tapes. I used to get C15s because I used to think that was like the right length of time for certain things. Do you remember there was a program? I can't remember its name off the top of my head. That was for the Spectrum. That was that allowed you to load games into memory and then rewrite them by literally saving them on your own recorder. And it was really quite good because so it would load the game into memory. And then you could actually save that game back onto tape. Now, obviously, there was a memory overhead with it, but if the game wasn't very big, it used to work really nicely. So, I certainly remember that you could do it with Manic Miner. I remember that's how I got my copy of Manic Miner. So I didn't have the fancy loading screen. All I was like the loading of the data into it, because it kind of loaded up. It was enough space to actually do the whole thing, and then you could do that. So it was quite a good thing actually. And I mean, it was very good on the old piracy front, But on the general scale, it was actually quite cool. So. God, this is one hell of a tape. It's rewinding now. It's massive. Yeah, so there were definitely tools and ways and means and things. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That the 8-bit generation was a wonderful exploratory thing. After we got past those tiny little small amounts of memory, the sort of 1Ks and whatever else is. I mean, we literally had. I mean, in the UK, the heavy hitters, the ZX Spectrum, the Commodore 64, and the BBC, or could you maybe say the Electron, possibly. Amstrad was certainly up there. They were definitely fourth on the list. It was BBC, I think, was third. Spectrum was first in the UK, and Commodore was second. And then you had other subgroups of computers. Now the problem was, of course, the market was saturated, I guess, with little home micros, and unless you were the big name brand, the one that was winning the war, you kind of disappeared into obscurity. I mean, you've got the Dragon 32 and the Dragon 64, I think it was, that was the add-on, the next part. It's a bit like Spectrum, the 128K. I mean, it was that kind of build from there, moving on to the sort of the next level of machine. But it was just I'm going to press play now. But it was just a lovely time to sort of be involved in microcomputers. Nowadays, of course, you buy them off the shelf. They usually come pre-installed with Microsoft's current operating system, or if you buy an Apple, you get Apple's current operating system. And I don't think the fascination's there. I don't think the love's there. I mean, I've worked with computers for a very long time in my actual real life career. And the thing about it was that it was. I've not seen the growth that I expected to see. The growth that I saw in the 80s and sort of the early 90s, the sort of those breathtaking and stunning advancements aren't really there nowadays. They're not quite the same. And if they are, they're buried under somebody's patent, unfortunately. So I don't think it's as enjoyable. I certainly think, though, that things like the Raspberry Pi and small computers like that, they're good. You know, you give them to your kids and you let them learn the ins and outs of it. You stick Linux on there and you let them learn those kind of things. They're really good. Oh, here we go. Dragon Ninja. Bad Dudes and Dragon Ninjas, that was what it was called I remember it being called in the arcade. It was a scroll-along beat-em-up along the lines of... basically, I feel like the upgrade of Vigilante, because Vigilante was on one single plane. This is on 2 planes. You could jump up and down, so you give you a little bit more depth. But then if you go a little bit further back, of course, you get to Kung Fu Master. And that's where you kind of stand. Kung Fu Master was the sort of initial sort of scroll along 5 levels, beat your way through various sort of bad guys from one end to the other. M.R. Jones. Yeah, Bad Dudes and Dragon Ninjas. He's got terrible teeth, doesn't he? I just realised how bad his teeth are. He's probably getting punched by people, though, because there's all those people there going to try and punch him. There's some kind of lady at the bottom trying to spear him. There's a Cylon just below, over his right shoulder, with a samurai sword. Yeah, he's having a bit of a rough day. I think Dragon Ninjas, the Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninjas, I'm sure that they were rescuing the president. I think that's what the arcade version is. Because it's an arcade conversion of the game. Well, not the same name, because the arcade version is called Bad Dudes and Dragon Ninja. But Dragon Ninja being the clan that's been naughty or whatever else it is. So. I hate these timers, you know. I've said this before, I think. It's nice, it's great. It's nice to know how long you've got left before it loads, but it kind of takes some of the surprise out of whether or not it's actually going to load. Maybe it's just me. I'm an odd person, I think. I don't like this. It takes the surprise out of it. Is it actually going to load? Is it long enough? Have we waited 2.5 minutes yet? Is that the whole thing? Have we made it there? Are we there yet? That's what that is. Are we there yet? It's always funny though watching them on emulators, these kind of games loading, and you can have the sort of fast loads and the time just whizzes past, like a minute turns into like 10 seconds. It's quite hilarious. Nice feature of emulators. I guess the same applies to sort of div MMCs and those kind of devices for the ZX Spectrum. Still love tapes though. Tapes are just beautiful. There's something just... it never feels like a waste of time loading something on a Spectrum. It's a great screenshot as well. Apart from its teeth and the Cylon, of course. And the floating devil at the top corner, which seems a bit out of context, doesn't it, really? Maybe it's a witch's mask of some sort, or devil witch sort of thing. It's got very yellow hair. Oh dear. And the guy at the bottom's got bright red eyes and nose. Kind of Bruce Lee-esque, isn't it? It's the kind of look they've gone through here. I think this is the thing, wasn't it? Bruce Lee was very, very, very popular, obviously, in the 70s, wasn't it? 70s? 70s? Was it an early 80s? I may be wrong. It's very, 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 very popular kung fu artist. But that's because he made it look so clean and tidy, I think, as well. It was very much a styling thing more than anything else. Do love the Bruce Lee game on the Specky though. It's one of my faves. Searching for level 1. Oh god, it's a multi-loader. Let's hope that they put the levels afterwards. This is gonna. I hope it's not gonna be a bad day, this one. As I say, we've still got the people of Sirius. There we go. Loading level 1. Cool. I'm very disappointed about the Heroes of the Lance, though. I think that's a bad one. I might try and find it and try and see if I can find something, a loader for it, and we'll see if we can get that sorted. Because I think it's well worth looking at. It won't be in this video, but it will. But we will definitely have a little look at it. Let's say this is all kind of it's all done on the fly. So as I'm discussing everything as it comes out of my mouth. Right. Okay. Redefine the keys. Cool. Alright, down, up, right, left, spacebar, fire. Oh, I hope this isn't a mistake, putting spacebar's fire. Let's go for it. Oh, there's our little man. Wah! 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 Karate! Yes! Oh, no, God. It's always like a Bertha bird, isn't there, in these kind of things? There we go. Drop down to the bottom level. You see what I mean? About the level dropping. Oh, God. Right, and I think if I press down and fire, it jumps down. Well, that's better. It punches if I push forward. That's much more handy. I've got to jump over that. There we go. So if you just tap the fire by itself, it punches. If you push forward and fire, it does a high kick. You can see where I could say that Kung Fu Master, because you're kind of walking along things. Let's see if I can get down this level here. I don't know how I'm doing it. I did it earlier. That's what's worse. Is I did it earlier. Right. I'm trying to work out how I'll get down. It doesn't matter, I don't suppose. And the end of the level, you get to fight Karnoff, which is hilarious. I think was this his first. I keep asking this question. I'm sure this is his first outing. This is the first time you meet Karnoff, who goes on to do his own game. He's a Russian guy who basically a very fat Russian guy who breathes fire. There you go. There he is. That's it. See. There we go. Kick him in the foot. Oh, he shot me in the head with his magic fire. There you go, Karnoff. It's kind of a punching fest, really. It's not. Yes! Get down, Karnoff. Start the tape. Oh, level 2. Don't normally do that well in the arcade, let alone anything else. So I can see now why they used the C90 for it and didn't put anything after it, because they basically were doing all the level loads. Because I suppose these games are quite long. Well, they're probably not quite as long as they're suggesting with their C90 tape here, but they were fairly long with their loads and things. Now this should be the level where we come up to a truck, or we should be on the top of a truck maybe? We'll see, because if you fall off the truck it's a bit of a bad thing, because you kind of fell on the road while it's driving along at full tilt. So there we go. Ocean's truck. There we go, got ninjas on top of it. Now jump the gap. And jump that, because that hurts me. Yes. I don't remember whether I really liked this or didn't like this. It's not. It's a little unresponsive. You do feel a little bit like, you know, it's whether or not. Yeah. Oh God, I fell off. I knew that was going to happen. And I do feel a little bit like I'm not sure that I'm fully in control of my little dragon ninja dude. I mean, he's clearly hitting when I'm hitting, but it does seem a bit sluggish. Which is fine. I say dragon ninja dude. He's not actually a dragon ninja. He's a bad dude. They're dragon ninja. And then we come off here, and there's a little guy with. See, look, dudes. Now, he's making me walk over here. Now there's a guy with blades. Look, and a mask of some sort. Oh God! Punch him in the head. I've got him. Blimmin' heck! Wow! I don't think I've even passed that on the arcade before. Wow! It's not been too tough thus far, he says. Whew. Wow. Well, it's worth the wait. I got to a game I can actually play. So we've had some music. We've had a game we don't even know what we do. We did some music. We've had some sound effects for a computer audio unknown. We've had Heroes of the Lance that took us ages. Had some beautiful intro screens and all the other bits and pieces. Took us ages and then didn't load properly. Didn't work properly. Then we're on to Dragon Ninja. We're into the sewer. I have been here before. I've been in the sewer before. You notice I'm not jumping down any levels because I just can't work out how to get up and down easily. That's right. Is that more time? It is more time. It resets the timer. Not that I actually care about the timer. You could get, on the arcade version, you could get nunchucks. So those spinning things, you know. So basically 2 bits of timber and a bit of chain between them, and oh, I think I did actually buy this. I'm quite convinced I did. I bought this full game when I on my Specky. Pretty convinced I did actually. This is fluke more than rather than. Oh, that was health as well on the floor, which is worse. Oh dear, game over. Now I need to rewind. Right, we're not going to rewind because I can't be bothered because basically I'm going to have to work out what's there. There's not going to be. I'm looking at this. I don't think there's anything else on the tape, so I'm not even going to try it. I don't know why I'm rewinding it because we're just going to play People of Sirius. I'm so excited about this. You just can't believe how excited I am about this. So I'm going to reset the Specky. Now I'm going to put it on the tape loader because it says it's 128k. So we're going to give it the whole hog here. Go 128k. Right, that's that round. Let's get this tape in. Let's get People of Sirius in. I am so excited. You cannot believe how excited I actually am about this. Let's do that. So we've got that one there. That's brilliant. I'm so looking forward to this. Right. People of Sirius. 128k. Do remember this one. I do remember being quite excited about this one. I'm going to read the instructions again. Let's have a look at the instructions. Page 19. Oh, hang on. If we've got tape troubles, how much does it cost? Got to send them a thing to cover the postage to return the tape. 18p. You need a whole 18p just to do that. Wow. I have a feeling though that with this game that it's one of these ones you had to map, and as I said before, it's kind of like Gift of the Gods. And Gift of the Gods had these like portals you walk through that kind of represented the depth of the level. So hard to explain really, but basically you went through portal upwards, that was you up a level of on the flat plane. If you went down through a portal, that was you through a portal on the other way. I can't even remember that screenshot. Why is the dude behind why is the one in front wearing a puffer jacket and the one at the back not? And why? Hang on. Oh, right, because that's right. He changes into a Superman when he goes into the... I forgot. I read the instructions earlier, didn't I? So that's him as the Superman. So normally he's like a chav, with his jeans on and his puffer jacket. And his not very impressive hoodie. And then he mutates into the man behind. And that's it. And the one at the top, the creature at the mountainside has a face in it that's just like staring at the dude that's kind of mutated into. I don't even remember the loading screen. This is worrying me now because might not be quite as good as I thought it was. I'm hoping it is, but you never know. It's exciting though, isn't it? Brace yourselves. We're loading. We're still loading. Are we there yet? Not quite there yet. We're almost there. The People of Sirius. So we're trying to escape basically from the caves because we're like I don't know, slaves or something like that, maybe. I don't know. Could be something. I don't understand why we're trying to escape, but hang on. We'll just see if we can get some more instructions here while it's loaded. They have a corker for us. Surely there must be a catch. Well, 50p cover game. Oh, the coders are Spanish. Yeah. Some there's something about Sam Fox on here. It's really weird. Something about Sam Fox on a loop and from Top of the Pops. I'm not entirely sure. I missed that. I think I missed that, or maybe I'm a bit young for that at the time. I don't know. It doesn't actually say anything. It says a lot of rubbish. Actually, it's just a lot of gibberish, really. Life machines based in hidden caverns somewhere in Amazonian jungles. Well, hidden in the cavern, you'll see. Just see what you found. Naturally a brave, fearless sort of fella. Even if you weren't, you couldn't get out anyway. It's just, yeah, it's a long time since I've read your Sinclair, and I guess at the time it was kind of my lad's mag, if that makes sense, you know. Yeah, I mean it had to be. But the back page has got Target Renegade on it. It's getting crazy with Target Renegade on the back page. There's a new low price, by the way, for the Atari ST in 1988, June. It's interesting it's June, actually. It's hilarious that, in fact. It's June 1988. Yeah, there's a new low price anyway for the Atari ST if you're interested in the ST. £160. Plus the VAT, 299 quid for an Atari ST. What else have we got in here while I'm looking through it? Oh, have we loaded? Something's happened. Tape is finished. I think we've loaded. Yes, the tape is finished. Press the key. Oh, there we go. Instructions, yes. Terrible music. That's getting better. It's the music. What's it? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. It makes me think of Hamlet cigarettes, unfortunately, cigars from years ago. That's what it used to be, wasn't it? Right, okay, I'm not even bothered about this now, I just want to get in the game. Just a Gem Kings base, yeah. Okay. Maybe people are serious. We're serious. I'm serious, let's get serious. Oh my goodness. There's some aliens armed with strong weapons. I'm gonna kill them with one shot. New battery, munitions, shoot. Yeah, okay, I've got it. I get it. Let's just get to the story. Let's get through the story and let's get into the game because I'm happy. 5 parts, hidden password, teleporters, spaceships. I've got it. That's all I needed to know. Don't need to explain anymore. I've got it. I'm with you. QAOPNM. That's fine. I am cool. I've got it. No instructions. Good God, no. No more. Right, let's go. Instructions. People are serious. Oh, there we go. There's our little fat fella going in there with this chav outfit on. Yeah, there we are. We're chavved up. Yes. Look at that jump. Can't fire yet because we haven't got any. We haven't souped ourselves up. Do you know something? When did I play this? I remember this. Oh God, no. We got to go through this. Ah. What's happened? Have I blown up? No energy left. Oh God. I played this recently, I'm sure of it. I'm absolutely convinced of it. It's worse as I know I've played this recently. When did I play this and what would I play it on? It's not the game I remember, by the way. I think that's what you have to do. You have to turn to go through the doorway, see, like that. Which is fine. How do we get past these idiots? So I kind of voluntarily ran into these caves to escape. What's this? Is that something to collect? I can't collect it. I've got past them. I've got no energy left. Ah, there's an energy thing there. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Energy. Go through it. Whatever you're doing with it, do it. Do it now. He's not done anything with it. I've died again. Do you know when do you know something? This is terrible. This is terrible. This is a terrible nostalgia thing. You see, this is me going, yeah, I remember this. It's a great game, and then you go, well, actually, it's not quite as good as I remember it to be. So we've got energy at the top there, which is kind of goes down like an absolute monster, speed wise. We got these absolute monsters here. Can you let me walk through that? Oh no! I'm trying to walk through that gap there. Graphically, it's really good. I like the aliens and the creatures and all that. Somebody's made a real effort on that. But, good grief. Because I remember getting to the gun in this. There's a gun that you kind of like a rocket you get. And I'm sure you can shoot beams out the top of your head, which is kind of cool as well. I mean, it's graphically it's sound. Yeah, you've just got to get lucky, it looks like. With... There we go. So we walk through the door. See, I knew I could get through it finally. You just got to be lucky with which aliens are where and when. That's really unfair, actually, to be honest with you. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that that's kind of unfair. Yeah, so you do that whole rotate thing. Ah, look at those creatures. They're cool. Look at him. He's a big slobbering monster. Look, he's slobbering. I've got no energy left. I'm going to die in a second. He's gonna eat me. Oh, managed to make it past. See if we can get any energy things. God. Now you got no chance unless you get past some of these creatures. I'm going to run out of energy, look. Oh, God. So I've gone completely the wrong direction here. I've no chance. No chance whatsoever. None whatsoever. So there was nothing in there to be had. Oh! I want to get a missile launcher or something similar. Let's see if we can get a rocket launcher. I'm going to have one more go. One more go. It's a bit harsh how quickly energy goes down, but it doesn't take that long to avoid it a little bit. I often wondered about these exclusives, whether they actually were exclusives, or whether or not they were just sort of, you know, whipped up, sort of, you know, the ones that, the rejects as such. I'm not suggesting this is a reject, I'm just saying that it might have been a reject. Right, so we're going to go this way. It's one of these games you need to map proper, like. Right, can I get something off this skeleton? Nope. I do like the graphics, I think they're really good. You can jump past them without doing any damage, which is a good thing to know, by the way. It seems you can jump past the aliens without getting any kind of form of damage. Yeah, look, jumping is the key factor here. Whoa. Yeah, if you jump, it just doesn't seem to do any damage. However, your energy just goes down naturally anyway. Right. I am stuck here. No, dead again. I think 2 rooms on there was an energy thing that could boost up my energy. Let's see if we can do that. It's got to be a lot easier once you get that that energy. Tough game. Right, okay. I think that, right, in the next room there's an energy thing. Right, okay, so he's turned around. So if I jump. No, 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 no! Oh! Oh, falling in a hole. I didn't expect that. Visited 2 rooms. That's impressive. Right, let's go for it again. I'm going one more time. I said I was only going to do one more, but we're going to do one more because I want to try and get to the energy thing that's in the other room. Because I think once you get into that energy thing, you can get him all sort of powered up into superhuman mode. We might actually stand a chance of seeing something more interesting about this game. So let's get in here. There, this thing. Oh, come on! That's really unfair. One more go. That's definitely it then. One more go. People are serious. I'm just going to try and find somewhere nice to hang up my puffer jacket. Right, jump. Right, I don't... Ah, right, okay, here we go. This is better. Energy. There. Oh, put the fire button. Oh, yeah. Boom. I'm all powered up now. I have no benefit whatsoever from it though, because I was trying to shoot them guys and it's just not doing anything. I got powered up for no reason whatsoever. Still running out of energy like you cannot believe. Oh, well, at least I powered up. I think I'm nude though. I think things have got a lot worse. I think I'm nude. Oh, I'm mutated back after I ran out of superpowers. I don't think I've found anything yet. This is one of these games you need a good old mapping thing for, I think. It's the only way to really enjoy it is to map it. Okay. No! I'm going to get slobbered on. Oh, made it! Much to my surprise. Yeah, I need to full-on map this one. Oh, my health's really low. Oh, I've made it out to the next room. It's going to go badly. Yeah, there you go. I made a few more rooms anyway. And I managed to get myself all powered up and it was absolutely useless. You provided no additional benefit whatsoever. Anyway, I've been your host, Real Genetic Demon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe. I'm about to go tidy up my room and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.